Various views are being expressed with regard to the execution of Rosanna in Saudi Arabia.
எங்களுடைய கிராமத்தை சேர்ந்த நஃபீக் ரிசானா என்பவர்
Rosanna Nafik, who was a resident of our village, went to Saudi Arabia in May 2005. She was charged based on an incident which occurred while she was working there. However, it was in November 2010 that Minister Dilan Pereira took over this ministry. Rosanna Nafik had already been sentenced to death. Now those in the opposition are bringing Rosanna's sentence to the fore and are charging that this happened under this ministry. We can say that this is something being done by the opposition for political gain. We sent our sister abroad with much difficulty. Minister Dilan Pereira visited our home. He saw our house and our situation and he was extremely saddened. He asked us what needed to be done. We asked that he fix the bridge and road in the village if he wanted to help. He said that he would help.
In business news this evening, a group of potato farmers in the Mipiliman area, Nurelia, engaged in a protest today.
The protest was staged demanding a standard price for potatoes and to force the government to stop importing potatoes. Our correspondent said that due to the protest, vehicular traffic on the World's End Nurelia main road in Mipilimana area was blocked. We request that they put a stop to importing potatoes and give a standard price of 80 rupees per kilogram of potato.
Up next is the newspaper cartoon of the day. Taking a look at another one of our local stories, the Bere Lake is one of the most prominent tourist attractions in the capital, Colombo. Well, News First inquired into the current status of the lake following the rains experienced over the past few days.
The bank of the Bere Lake on Nawam Mawata is a popular tourist attraction. The various fauna found in the area adds to its beauty. However, today fish in the lake have not been having the best of days.
A prominent site on the surface of the lake at present is the sight of floating dead fish. The dead fish have also caused an overwhelming stench in the area. We made inquiries from environmentalist attorney at law Jagat Gunawardana regarding the mysterious death of fish in the lake.
With the
heavy rains experienced over the past few days, a large quantity of water was collected in the lake. There is some carbonic substance below the surface of the lake, even though there is oxygen for the fish at the surface. The rains have disturbed the carbonic layer and there has been a decrease in oxygen at the surface and an increase in carbon dioxide. There has also been an increase in the quantities of other harmful carbonic substances. This has caused the deaths of the fish.
Carbon dioxide සාන්ද්‍රණය වැඩි වීමත් වෙනත් අහිතකර ද්‍රව්‍යයන්ගේ සාන්ද්‍රණය වැඩි වීමත් සිද්ධ වෙනවා. ඒ සමගම මත්ස්‍යයන් මේ යාමකුත් සිද්ධ වෙනවා.
The fate of the fish, however, presented a feast for their predators. However, this mass death of fish poses a major environmental problem. The Young Zoologists Association says there are several causes which have led to this. We have seen a similar situation prior to this about 6 months ago when a specific species of fish began dying in the Borupana area. We must ensure that liquid waste from factories and households is disposed properly. The institutions which monitor this must ensure that things like this don't happen because these have indirect effects. The mass of dead fish in this manner contributes to the destruction of our biodiversity.
A public rally organized by the Democratic Party was held in Kurunegala today.
තමුන්නාන්සලා අපෙන් අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඇයි ඇති වෙනකන් දේශපාලන පක්ෂ මේ රටේ තියෙන්නේ?
You may say that there are plenty of political parties in this country and ask as to why we do not want to work with any of them. There are about 65 parties in the country and I think in about 55 of these can travel in one three-wheeler. They only have a president and a secretary. There are two parties which are considered as prominent parties. One party governs the country, the other is in the opposition. It seems that this party is sleeping. This party governed the country since independence, but our country has not progressed. We still have the railway lines built for us by the white man.
අපිට තාමත් තියෙන්නේ අපිට සුද්ධ හදලා දීපු රේල් පාර විතරයි.
In sports news this evening, Ananda College secured a 3-wicket victory in their 37th annual one-day cricket encounter against arch-rivals Nalanda College. This was Ananda's 23rd victory in their annual encounter with the lads from Nalanda. The match worked off at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Batting first at the end of their allotted 50 overs, the lads from Nalanda posted a total of 186 runs, losing 8 wickets in the process. Ananda College reached the target in 44 overs, losing 7 wickets. Tonight on The Bitter Truth, we look into the 80 million rupee deal that was not included in the annual financial report of Sri Lanka cricket.
Quoting the Auditor General's report on the annual financial report of Sri Lanka cricket, last week on Bitter Truth, we revealed the fact that the council spent 60 million rupees to purchase 2 electricity generators in 2011. According to the Auditor General's evaluation, the 2 generators were granted to the Ceylon Electricity Board in April 2011. However, during this process, Sri Lanka cricket had not received any payment from the CEB. Although SLC used the 2 generators to pay the CEB 80 million rupees that it owed, this transaction has not been recorded in annual financial reports. The most pressing issue is the fact that the SLC financial reports say that it still owes the CEB 80 million rupees. Why is it that this transaction has caused such confusion? Several cricket stadiums were constructed for the 2011 Cricket World Cup. There were several expenses as well. But we know only very little of how the money was spent. It is no secret that this was done by a certain group of people to make another party happy. And how is it that this 60 million rupee transaction that took place to purchase the 2 generators was not included in our financial report? What we can clearly see is that the relevant officials of the SLC at the time were not aware of the fact that a financial report should be prepared. If not, there is some sort of foul play taking place behind our backs. Acting CEO of Sri Lanka Cricket, Ashley De Silva, said that a response was given by the SLC to the Auditor General's inquiry. When sports first made inquiries from the Ceylon Electricity Board's General Manager Nihal Vikramasuriya, he said that they do not carry out transactions according to the traditional barter system. However, the CEB Workers Union has made a request that the truth regarding the 80 million rupee transaction that took place between SLC and the CEB be revealed. Issuing a communique, the CEB Workers Union says that this transaction is an unorthodox manner of paying electricity bills. The CEB Workers Union, which questions as to where these 2 60 million rupee generators are at present, also questions as to who sponsors this amazing transaction. What actually happened in this transaction?
But on to some rugby news. The Upcountry Lions claimed the Inter-Club 7-a-side Rugby Championship today. The Lions beat Havelock Sports Club 14 to 12 points. Well, pitch invasions by critters is not uncommon in cricket. However, a baseball game in the US on Friday was interrupted when a squirrel decided to run the bases. The little critter's antics brought a smile to many faces, and we'll leave you tonight with this footage, hoping it will ease your Sunday evening blues. Good night and have a pleasant week ahead.